next turn is beta oxidation. So you can see I have written always this so that you don't lose the track. So beta oxidation, what is beta oxidation? You can say this is fatty acid. So all other carbon is summarized by R group. So this is carbon is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. The carbon attached to functional group, this is functional group of fatty acid. Carbon attached to functional group is called alpha carbon. And next carbon is beta carbon. So why it is called beta oxidation? Because when there is oxidation happens, this compound carbon is oxidized to CO group. Okay, first double bond will be added and this double bond will be removed by addition of water. Same opposite reaction that we have studied there. There we have seen first addition of double bond O to carbon, then actually there will be like reduction, and then there will be formation of double bond, and then again double bond reduction. Here opposite process. First will be formation of double bond, and then second addition of water, then this CO group. That is why this beta carbon is oxidized and this bond will be broken because of oxidation. That is why this is called beta oxidation. You can see beta oxidation of carbon, beta carbon leads to breaking of this bond between alpha and beta. The bond that is present between alpha and beta will be broken like this. So that is why this process is called beta oxidation, and I have shown it happens in mitochondria. Don't forget that. So I have shown here, you can see the mitochondria here. So the whole process is happening inside mitochondria. You can see this. This carbon is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. Okay, so what will happen? So this carbon first, because of oxidation, there will be double bond formation, and then after double bond, the double bond will vanish. Okay, there will be double bond will vanish, and then there will be formation of OH group here because of addition of water. Double bond vanish, and then again hydrogen will be taken from this. This will form double bond O, and then there will be breaking of bond like this. You can see every step has this process of double bond formation, then keto group formation at beta. So you can see the 16 carbon, from the 16 carbon, one acetyl coenzyme is released, and then this result into 14 carbon compound because of this bond broken. The same bond that were synthesized during fatty acid synthesis is breaking now. You can see this bond breaking, and this because of this there will be production of one acetyl coenzyme, this production of 12 carbon compound. This is now, can you see if during oxidation of beta oxidation, before this was the same compound, this fatty acyl coenzyme, it was long chain fatty acid. Now you can see this long chain fatty acid will actually long chain fatty acid, and this long chain fatty acid will convert into the 16. This is also long chain fatty acid. Again, this will convert into 12. This is also long chain. Now after that, this fatty acid, this becomes 10 carbon. This is medium chain fatty acid. This becomes medium chain. Now next, other enzyme will act on it. So this medium chain, again, this is medium chain fatty acid. Okay, 8 carbon. Again, this will lose. This becomes short chain fatty acid. Other type of enzyme will act. We'll talk about that. Same type. All enzymes are similar type of enzyme, but does similar reaction, but different protein. So this is also short chain. Now, this is how this breaking of this oxidation produces long chain to medium chain to short chain. This is a very important concept you have to understand. We have seen this long chain. Now I will tell you the first 16 carbon and 18 carbon will be acted upon by different type of compound. It's called, we have different very long chain fatty acid. We will talk about the 16 and 14. So you can see the oxidation will lead to this. So it is very easy to understand. Isn't it easy to understand? This is how fatty acid oxidation. Same type of reaction repeats. So this reaction is, I have summarized this through this mnemonics. O-hot reaction will break the bond. So what is this O-hot? O for oxidation, S for hydroxylation, O for oxidation, and there are two oxidation. And this two oxidation will produce, first oxidation will produce FADH2, and second oxidation will produce NADH. So one FADH2, one NADH will be produced. And you know, one FADH2 means is equal to 1.5 ATP. And this NADH is equal to 2.5 ATP. The total ATP will be produced in by electron transport chain is 4 ATP per breaking of bond. So there are 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bonds are there. So 7 bond, actually breaking of 7 bond will produce 28 ATP. Now you get the same process, same. I'm going to define one cycle. There are 7 cycles. I'm going to elaborate this O hot part of this. So what happens? Let's say this first bond of palmitic acid. The similar breaking will happen for odd bond. So the first reaction between this, there will be alpha carbon and beta carbon. So this is alpha and this is beta. So between there will be bond formation between alpha beta. So hydrogen from these two will be taken off. And remember, I have told you, if you can remember, so hydrogen, if you can remember, succinyl, do you remember succinate reaction, succinate to fumarate in TCA cycle? Yes? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you can see succinate is this type of molecule. Here carbon, fumarate is this type of molecule. And then fumarate is actually trans molecule. Okay. Now here is insertion of double bond at this position. And do you remember what is released here?
FADH.
Yes, succinate dehydrogenase is complex 2. It is complex 2, reaction catalyzed by complex 2. Now in fatty acid also, you can see in fatty acid, here this is COO group, okay, this is alpha carbon, and here this is beta carbon. Okay, this is R group. Let's say this is R group, palmitic acid. So what will happen? There is removal of hydrogen from this carbon group, carbon-carbon group. If similar type of two groups, the hydrogen is removed from this similar type of two group, isotropic, you can say isomeric hydrogen removal from two carbon only, then only there, this is a difficult type of hydrogen removal. For difficult type of hydrogen removal, FADH come, FAD come, and FAD convert into FADH2. So this will be converted into like this, double bond insertion will be there like this. And this is a difficult type of hydrogen removal. So this removal will be catalyzed by FADH2. And it will make sense why FADH2 come here. So does it make sense now? Insertion of double bond here, FADH2 production. But see that there is O hot, O oxidation. First is oxidation, then hydration, then oxidation. So two oxidation are there. Now look at this second oxidation. Compare the differences. This is very important to understand the concept of reaction mechanism. If you understand concept, the thing will be similar. Many things will. You can see the hydrogen being extracted here from this different group. Oxygen and carbon. So one from this hydroxyl group, one from this carbon. That is why this is formed. So when the this hydrogen is removed from this dissimilar compound, this is an easy type of extraction. Then NAD group come. Okay, then NADH will form. So can you see the difference between these two? Two oxidation, O hot means two oxidation process. So I am defining this two oxidation because this two oxidation is more important. So first oxidation is removal of hydrogen from this carbon-carbon group, insertion of double bond. So this is difficult. That is why production of FADH2. Second oxidation is removal of carbon from different atom. So one from oxygen, one from carbon. You can see that is why this very compound convert into this. That is why production of NADH. Did you understand this difference between oxidation? Be quick. Yes. So understand this. Very easy process. This is very easy. You can see I am repeating the same thing, the same bond breaking reaction. I'm actually explaining the bond breaking reaction. This only. I'm taking the example of this one bond here. can see. So this bond will break like this. And this double bond will be added with water here. Hydration reaction, water. And O, that is by O, oxidation, hydration, and then again oxidation, hydration. O, hot reaction. So oxidation, after oxidation, there will be thiolysis. This 2 carbon will be broken and acetyl coenzyme will be released. And this cycle goes for 7 times. This is 1 time, less 6 times. And when it goes progress through 6 times, first 16 and 18, actually this first enzyme acted on this is, first enzyme comes here. This is this different type of enzyme. So very long chain fatty acid will act first, then long chain fatty acid will act, then medium chain fatty acid dehydrogenase will act, and the same type of reaction has 4 enzymes. Okay, and then this 3 reaction will be catalyzed by this trifunctional protein, TFP. This is hydration reaction, hot reaction. This is hot reaction is catalyzed by this trifunctional protein. The same protein will catalyze all the reaction. So you can see thiolase here. You can see beta hydroxy acyl coenzyme A, this, and enoyl coenzyme A hydratase. So this is trifunctional. 3 reactions will be catalyzed by same protein, and this very 1 reaction will be catalyzed by this 3. First will be acted upon by this. Then second, when this fatty acid become long chain, actually long chain will act on 12 carbon and 14 carbon. This will act on 16 carbon, 18 carbon. Little bit differences, very long chain fatty acid, you may be confused. So 16 carbon, 18 carbon. So this is how it will, and then it will act on 8 carbon, 10 carbon. It will act on less than 6 carbon. So this is how fatty acid oxidation happens in cell. Why I am describing? Because every defect in every enzyme will cause a disorder. And that is why I am describing this enzyme. VCAT, LCAT, MCAT, and SCAT. And this trifunctional protein. So did you understand that oxidation process, beta oxidation process?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understood. So you know that's beta oxidation process. This is the acetyl. There will be production of this bond will produce NADH and FADH2. 7 NADH, FADH2 will be produced. Okay, 7 NADH, 7 FADH2. Total is 28 ATP. 28 ATPs will be produced from beta oxidation only. And see, in liver, this acetyl coenzyme will form ketone body. Ketone body in liver. So liver, beta oxidation will only happen, liver is satisfied with this 28 ATP, okay? But in other tissue, in muscle, this will be in muscle, this will convert into CO2. This will convert into CO2. So there will be per acetyl coenzyme A through Krebs cycle, there will be production of 10 more ATP per acetyl coenzyme A. So how many ATP? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total will be 80 ATP production in muscle. In liver is satisfied with this. 80 more ATP will be produced in muscle. So muscle will have how many ATP? Muscle will have production, total ATP production will be 108 gross ATP production. But 2 ATP was utilized in the beginning for activation. So how many ATP will be produced? 106 ATPs will be produced in muscle. Total. In liver, 28 only, because liver beta oxidation will only happen. In muscle, beta oxidation and Krebs cycle both will happen. So this is the ATP production, 106 total, and because of beta oxidation, 28. Remember these two number. So you can see from this easily how many, what is produced. This is balanced reaction. You can go through this. You can understand. If you have not understood, you can understand from this easily. So this is the descriptive. Or you can calculate easily from this formula. You put 7 and N for number of carbon present in fatty acid, and then 6. If it is 18 carbon, you can find out, multiply by 18, and you can find out. It maybe becomes like 120, something like that. okay, it will be 120 for stearic acid. You multiply by 6 here, so it will be 112. So it is very easy to calculate. So you can remember this formula. You can calculate any ATP, total ATP production from any fatty acid. So this is